Hello and welcome to our first teen book talk for the month of October. Today is October 5th. I am Cathy Janovitz. I'm the Teen Services Librarian here at the Escondido Public Library. And right behind me is our new teen book section over in the teen area with our lovely twinkly lights. Thought it was an appropriate background. So we are doing 2 teen book talks this month. Sorry, my key's gotten stuck. So this is the first one, October 5th, and then we'll have another one in 2 weeks. So basically how the teen book talk works, if you don't know already, I give you like a little review, summary, opinion about 2 different books. And then if you are interested in winning a copy of either one of those books, you can just go to our website, library.escondido.org/teenbooktalk, and you can fill out a little form, super easy, and you can enter to win one of the books. And you have, let's see, today is Monday, and our next book talk is going to be in 2 weeks. So you have that whole 2 weeks before our next book talk, which I think is October, I can't remember, oh no. I know next week is October 12th, so 7, 8, 9. So October 19th, I would say, you have that whole full 2 weeks until our next book talk to watch the book talk and then sign up to win a copy of one of the books. Yeah, super easy. Yes. And you might even get a little something extra when you pick up your free copy that you signed up to win. Yeah. I like to put like random freebie things in boxes. So our first book today is They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. And this is a graphic novel. There is something called One Book, One San Diego that we do every year. And it's sort of like almost like all San Diego County. And they choose a book for adults and sometimes a book for teens and things like that, and try to do highlight it and do book talks and things like that around it. And I think so for this year, instead of choosing a teen and an adult book, they went ahead and chose just this one title because it can be read by both adults and teens. It's very good. So it's a graphic novel. If you know what graphic novel means. And it's by George Takei. If you're not familiar with who he is, he is an actor, best known for his role as Sulu in the 1960s Star Trek and the older Star Trek films. Anyway, so this book is a graphic novel sort of memoir about his time as a child in the Japanese internment camps. Not the ones, he was in a couple of different internment camps, but so it's graphic novel, there's history, you see it from his perspective as a child, and then you also get some background a little bit on him and how it affected his life and how it affected his parents' life, because they were adults at the time while he and his brother were children, under the age of 8, I think. So I read it. It's an easy read. It's not super complicated, but if this took place right when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, and the country freaked out, and they thought, okay, well that means anybody who's of Japanese heritage descent in the country is suspect. They could be on the side of Japan. They could somehow do something horrible. So they created these camps. They forced all these people there, and it's very impactful because it sort of circles back to racism in America, and that we all know it's been happening for a really long time, but this specific instance of it is it's very impactful to you. And it's also about like how George learned to deal with what kind of happened to him, in a sense, and how it shaped his life, because it impacted his parents so much, and how he and his father could discuss these things and come to terms with them and understand the feelings behind all of this that happened. And so it's very interesting. It's like I said, it's a graphic novel, so it's a quick read. The drawing is very well done, not very complicated. but it's very good. If you don't know anything about the Japanese internment camps, this is actually a really great way to learn how it came about and how it generally functioned. So yeah, you can win a copy of this. It's very good. Yeah, and also because it's part of One Book One San Diego, this is actually the title that we are going to read later this month for our Teen Grub Book Club. So if you want to win a copy of this, fill a little form like I mentioned before. But if you also are interested in attending book club, you can go to library. Oh my gosh, we're having an issue with our website, so I'm giving you a slightly different website. And this will all be in the description box below also. But library.escondido.org/Grub Book Club, and you can go there and you can sign up to attend book club, which is on Tuesday, October 27th. And once you fill out the little form to sign up, you can then come down to the library, pick up a free copy pick up a free copy of the book, take it home, read it, and then you will get emailed the Zoom link for the meeting at the end of the month on October 27th at 4 p.m. Yeah? So there's that. They called us enemy, George Takei. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. Just gotta say, it's very good. Let's see. What we got here? Next book is called Frankly in Love by David Yoon. I listened to this on an audiobook. Just listened to this yesterday. Finished it this morning. So much longer than expected. Kind of one of those books where you know what it's about, but then you're like, it just keeps going. And you're like, okay, there's more to be said. Who knew? I thought it would be kind of just a generally nice pairing about this one because Frank, the main character, is Korean American, and his parents, he's a first generation Korean American. His parents immigrated from Korea. So I thought, it's not Japanese, but it's, I just thought it would be nice. And it's a complete flip because it's sort of I don't want to say romance. That's a very large part of the book, but it kind of encompasses a lot of different themes besides romance. And so I'll tell you what it's about. So like I said, Frank, he's a senior, itchy nose, in a high school, and he's Korean American. His mother and father run a convenience store. They work at the convenience store 24/7 every single day. They're committed to providing for their family. His older sister has moved away, had gone to college, and has moved away, and he has friends, and he wants to date a specific girl, but she is white, and so it's about sort of how his Korean-born parents want him to date a Korean girl, and he knows that they won't be accepting if he decides to date someone else. So him and his Korean friend come up with a scheme so that the two of them can pretend under his parents' eyes to date each other, but yet he will be actually dating this white girl, European American, she calls herself sometimes, and I think the girl is dating like a Chinese American, and so they use that so that they can, be with the ones that they love. But it's so much more than that. He's a senior, so it deals with all of his friends and his connections with his friends and the connection with his family. Things happen to weaken or loosen the bonds of the family, but then things happen later on in the book that end up strengthening the bonds. Sad things, but they're there and they strengthen the bonds of the family, and it ends pretty well. Everybody is in a good place. It's not insanely sad, but it's just good. You know what I mean? It's like it's a sweet love story. It deals with slightly with the deal of immigration and how his parents dealt with stuff. It also has aspect of loss, how his friends are so supportive, just in the different ways people view each other sometimes when it comes to race. Not racism, but just like, what do Korean Americans think about Americans? Or interesting concepts, but lovable characters, very good, sweet. So completely opposite from a graphic novel about Japanese internment camps, memoir type style. So that's why really nice pick. So there's that, Frankly in Love. So we had 2 books today. We had They Called Us Enemy by George Takei, graphic novel. You can win a copy. You can also sign up Grub Book Club to read the book and discuss it later in the month. Frankly in Love by David Yoon, sort of a romance, family, slice of life. It's got all the business in there. But Frank is a really good guy. He's funny. He's really funny. I liked it. It's very good. And yeah, so that's it. We are still doing monthly crafts. For September, we did what did we do? You got to learn how to finger knit and make either like a scarf or like a sort of a headband ear warmer thing. We do have some of those kits left, so if you still want to pick one of those up, feel free to come in and go up to youth services and grab. I keep shaking the table with my arms and come up and grab a bag with some yarn, because that instructional video will be up forever. And then next week, October 12th, we're going to do our October monthly craft, which is going to be this cool like marble dish that you can make using oven-safe clay, or oven-baked clay. It's safe, but you make it, you put it in the oven, it bakes, and then look, you got something awesome. So tune in next week for that. There'll be an instructional video, and you can come in and pick up the craft kit. So thank you for joining me for this week's Teen Book Talk. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to head over to the website to sign up to win a copy of one of these books, or to sign up for Grub Book Club for later in the month. Because once you sign up, we'll set aside a copy for you. Then you come pick it up, take it home, read it, and then you can join us for the Zoom meeting. And then our craft that's coming next week. So many things. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye now. I'm going to get really close because I have to turn off the camera. Ooh, ciao. Bye-bye. Love you. Kisses.